Welcome, my fellow Knickerbockerians, and thank you for tuning in to this finals edition of Knicks on the Call with me, your host, Severe Elder, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. This program is brought to you by Selfie Studios, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. It's game time! Tonight's finals matchup features your New York Knicks versus the San Antonio Spurs. The road to the NBA Finals has been anything but ordinary for the New York Knicks. A franchise star for championship glory now stands 4 wins away from basketball immortality, led by a man many said was too small for the moment. Yet night after night, Jalen Brunson has silenced the doubters, proving that heart, toughness, and relentless determination can outweigh inches and expectations. Standing across from him tonight is the future of the NBA. Victor Wembanyama has transformed the Spurs faster than anyone imagined, using his once-in-a-generation talent to carry the San Antonio Spurs back to basketball's biggest stage. But while Wembanyama's brilliance is undeniable, much of this Spurs roster is experiencing the pressure and spotlight of the finals for the very first time. So tonight, the stage is set. Experience versus youth. Proven resilience versus emerging greatness. Brunson and the battle-tested Knicks chasing history, while Wembanyama and the fearless Spurs look to begin a new dynasty. The wait is over. Live from Frostbank Arena in San Antonio, Texas, the finals are here. Game 1 starts now. So keep it right here, Knick fans, and get ready to lock in. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call. All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, as we about to get things underway, your finals matchup is the New York Knicks versus the San Antonio Spurs. Let me know how you're feeling, Knickerbockerians, about this one. Tap in with me and drop your score predictions right now. If you're rocking with Knicks on the call, hit that like button now and subscribe to the channel. For first-time listeners, we're calling Knicks games live. Every play, every run, and everything in between. So stay locked in. Keep rocking steady with Knicks on the call. It's been 27 years in the making, where we've waited for this moment, where we can say the New York Knicks are in the championship final series. Will we have a repeat of what happened in '99, or will the Knicks' dominance prevail as they've been the hottest team, riding an 11-game playoff win streak into this one? Let me know how you feel about it, Knickerbockerians. Good, bad, or indifferent, I want to hear you tell it. As we get introductions underway momentarily, tonight's officials calling the game in this one is a veteran group comprised of James Capers, J.B. DeRosa, Scott Foster, and Sean Wright. And as we get the introduction of both teams, the Knicks roll out the usual suspects. The starting five lineup consisting of Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Karl Anthony Towns. In a battle, a brawl for it all, the Larry O'Brien Trophy at stake. It's game one of the finals. The tip. After these messages, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
All right, Knickerbockers, we got the players at center circle as the jump is about to commence. And Knicks win the tip. Here's Jalen Brunson. Gives it to Josh Hart across the timeline, being guarded by Champagnie. Over the Cat on the left wing, out to Brunson for an early straight on three. Is good.
Rising and surprising.
Brunson getting things started early. 3-0 Knicks out front as we just begin the first quarter of this one. Here's Wembanyama on the perimeter working on Karl Anthony Towns. Pulls up foul line, elbow jumper is wet. Over Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Josh Hart into the front court. Staring down Champagnie. Gets it over to Karl Anthony Towns on the left wing. Whips a pass over to the right wing to Bridges. Pump fake, gives it off to Brunson. Brunson looking to drive down on the right side. Gets inside. Flip shot over Wembanyama is no good. Contested well. Rebound Josh Hart. Kicks out to an Anunoby. Left wing corner three is good.
Rising and surprising.
As the Knicks lead 6-2 early in this one. Here's Wembanyama. Fancy dribbling. Spinning inside the lane on Karl Anthony Towns. Flip shot no good. Rebound Spurs. Ends up in a Devin Vassell three. No good. Rebound. Put back by Castle is no good. Rebound Knicks. Here's Josh Hart into the front court. Whips it out to a deep Karl Anthony Towns three. Looking for a foul on the play. Nothing there. Spurs rebound. Knicks out front 6-2. Here's Wembanyama. Wervin Dervish turnover. Mikal Bridges the other way. Drops it off to Anunoby. Mr. Bulldozer Finesse himself takes it up strong for two.
Gyrating, devastating.
Was Anunoby taking it up strong in the paint. Knicks lead 8-2. Here's Fox the other way. Drops it off to Cassell. Inside attempt contested well. Nothing there. Rebound Spurs. Wembanyama has it. Foul line, turnaround, jumper, back iron, no good. Rebound, Josh Hart, Knicks in transition. Dumps it off to Mikal Bridges, stop, pops. Short range jumper is no good. Battle for the rebound, Anunoby and Champagnie. Spurs have it. Here's Fox the other way. For left wing three, no good. Tip in by Vassell is good. Knicks out front 8-4, looking to push in a hurry. Josh Hart inside, taking it against Wembanyama. Kicks it out to Bridges, out to Towns, who whips it over to Anunoby. Back out to Towns. Towns being molested on the play by Wembanyama. Hart with the drive into the basket with the fake pass to Anunoby and lays it up inside.
Wheeling and dealing.
That time, Josh Hart. Knicks out front 10-4. Here's the Spurs in the front court. Over to Wembanyama on the right wing. Drops it off the Fox for a right wing. Three is up, no good. Rebound, Josh Hart.
Pounding and astounding.
Here's Hart the other way. Gets inside, puts a body into Wembanyama, but Wembanyama rejects his attempt at the rim. Back the other way. Wembanyama stop, pops for a right wing. Three is good. Brings San Antonio within three. 10-7 New York lead. Here's Brunson. Across the timeline, working on Castle. Drops it off the Bridges. Bridges gets a screen by Towns. Looking to drive. Whips it over to Hart in the corner, who penetrates. Out to Anunoby, who whips it out with a swing pass to Jalen Brunson. Gets a pick. Looking to work on Champagnie. Is blocked from behind as the shot clock expired on the play. Knicks couldn't get a quality shot off that time. As we get a look at this replay of Josh Hart driving inside, but Wemby says, I will have none of that. The reigning defensive player of the year rejects him at the rim. Back to live action. Left wing, wide open three for Fox is no good. Knicks rebound. Towns into the front court. 3-point line extended. Gets by Wemby. Euro inside. Flip shot at the basket is good.
Driving and thriving.
And San Antonio takes a timeout. They want to talk it over. Knicks out front. 12-7 with 7:28 to go in the first quarter. Knicks coming out strong early in this one. And we'll pick it up on the other side of this break. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, Severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, Severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we get back to live action. Off the San Antonio timeout. Here's Castle looking to work inside. Flips a pass over to Johnson. Intercepted by Mikal Bridges. Knicks in transition. Karl Anthony Towns blowing by Wembanyama. Driving inside with the left hand layup.
Driving and thriving.
That time, Karl Anthony Towns taking Wembanyama off with a dribble. Here's the Spurs back the other way. Wembanyama has it on the block, working against Josh Hart. Kicks it out to Castle for a wide open three. No good. Rebound Brunson. And we have a whistle on the play. As we take a look at this replay by Karl Anthony Towns, pump faking on the three. taking it right down the lane against Wembanyama. Back to live action. Looks like Knicks will have possession as they get a foul called on Keldon Johnson, grappling with Karl Anthony Towns on the play. Knicks will have it side out in the backcourt. Inbound to Brunson. Brunson gets it across the timeline, working on Castle. Gets his Towns screen, whips it out to Hart, back out to Towns, pump fake three, drives down the lane, swoop shot, contorting his body, is no good. Rebound Spurs. Is Spurs the other way, and we almost get a turnover, but we'll have a foul on the play. And it looks like it's gonna go against, no foul on the play. It looks like the ball was knocked out of bounds by a Knick player as we get an early substitution. Shamet in for OG Anunoby. On the floor with Bridges, Brunson, Towns, and Hart. Here's Castle. Gets into the lane. Flip shot is up and good. Here's Brunson the other way. Brunson working on Castle. Whips it out to a Josh Hart three-point shot. Wide open, no good. Rebound Wembanyama. Here's the Spurs in transition. Keldon Johnson putting pressure on the rim, no good. As Brunson tried to take a charge to no avail. Knicks the other way. Shamet over the Bridges, back out to Hart. Swing pass over to Brunson into the block to Karl Anthony Towns. Sees a double team. Turns it over. Threw the ball right into Harper's hands. Spurs in transition. Ends up with Castle under the rim. Shot is no good as he gets fouled on the play. Looks like it's going to be a whistle against Josh Hart. And that should send Stephon Castle to the line for two. First attempt is up and is good. Knicks out front 14-10 with 5:27 remaining in the first as Anunoby checks back into the game after a brief checkout, is replacing Josh Hart. And San Antonio will send Wembanyama to the bench. And here's where I think the Knicks can gain the advantage, as Castle's second free throw is good. Knicks lead by 3, 14-11. Here's Mikal Bridges working on Harper. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson penetrating inside, flips it over to Anunoby in the corner. Looking to drive on Cornette. Gets inside of his body underneath the rim, kicks it out to a wide open Shamet. Three-point attempt is no good. Rebound Karl Anthony Towns. Flip shot up at the rim is no good. Here go the Spurs in transition. Castle flips it over to Keldon Johnson for a right wing three, is way off. Rebound Knicks. Ends up with Brunson. Brunson driving, spinning around into the lane, gets it out to Towns, back to Brunson. Pull-up shot with Castle on his back at the foul line area is no good. Spurs the other way. Wide open right wing three by Vassell is no good. Battle for the rebound is secured by Karl Anthony Towns, and he gets fouled on the play.
Resounding rebounding.
Karl Anthony Towns doing his part as he has been all season, finishing, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, second in rebounding in the association on the season. Knicks have it inbound. Brunson working on Harper. Gets a screen by Towns, gets the switch on to Champagnie. Lulling him to sleep. Gets by him. Kicked out pass is intercepted by Harper. He's in transition as he gets fouled on a dunk attempt by Mikal Bridges, who decided he wasn't going to give up nothing that easy in transition. Good recovery that time, hustling back to negate what would have been the easy transition dunk by Harper, and it'll send him to the line for 2. As Harper first shot is up and good. As we get more substitutions into the game, Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride replacing Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges. Knicks out front 14-12 with 4:13 remaining in the first. As Harper takes his second attempt is up and is good. It's a 14-13 Knick lead. Here's Brunson. Gets it across the timeline. Gets a screen from Mitchell Robinson rolling. Lob passes up, but it's negated by Luke Cornett. Here's Spurs the other way. Harper in transition up strong with the basket and the foul. As he got fouled that time, taking it strong to the goal. And that'll send him to the line, looking to complete the 3-point play. Harper's shot is up, and it's good. San Antonio is out front on a 9-0 run in the last 3 minutes, leading 16-14 with 3:50 remaining in the first. Here's Brunson over to Anunoby, who swings it to Shamet, back to Anunoby. Working on Vassell, calls for a screen from Mitch, turns it down, gets inside of the lane, kicks it to a wide open Brunson. 3-point shot is no good. Rebound Champagnie. Here comes the Spurs the other way. Here's Fox inside of the lane, whips it over to a wide open Harper for a right wing 3 is good. San Antonio out front 19-14. Here's Brunson coming the other way, gets it to a wide open Shamet, who knocks it down from the left wing corner.
Rising and surprising.
Landry Shamet that time knocking down the 3-point shot as the Spurs gets that 3-point shot from the right wing corner, right back by Julian Champagnie. They're out front 22-17. Here's Brunson getting his jersey grabbed. No foul as he falls to the ground out of bounds. Spurs the other way. Gets it to a wide open Champagnie 3. Rushed it that time. Long back iron, no good. Rebound Knicks. Here's Shamet into the front court. Gets it over to Robinson. DHO to Brunson as he's fouled coming off the screen by Harper. And we'll get a timeout as New York wants to talk it over, as San Antonio Spurs has worked themselves back into this one. And we'll get a word from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we get back to live action. Nothing is coming easy for these two teams as they both appear to have been diligent in their scouting process. They're giving up nothing easy. Knicks will have the possession side out. Shamet inbounds to Brunson. Brunson gets a switch on to Champagnie. Gets an Anunoby screen. Gets a switch on to Harrison Barnes, who's checked into the game as Brunson goes bouncing with no announcing that time, missing on the mid-range jumper. Here's Harper the other way. Out to Wembanyama, over to Champagnie, over to Barnes. Barnes penetrates, kicks it out to Fox, who whips it over to the corner for a Champagnie three. Is good. From the left wing, as the Spurs appears to be clicking early in this one. They're out front 25-17 with 2:03 to go in the first. And we have Jalen Brunson on the floor, appears to be holding his knee. Not quite sure what happened on what play. Oh, as we take a look at the replay, it's Harrison Barnes. Bulldozering inside, falls against Brunson's leg, who appears to be a little gimpy, but he remains in the game. On the floor with McBride, Robinson, Anunoby, Shamet, and Brunson, as Deuce McBride almost turns it over. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Deuce straight on three. Back iron pops up in the air, falls down, and doesn't go in. Here's the Spurs the other way. Harrison Barnes staring Mitchell Robinson, kicks it out to Harper. Harper penetrating, two-step, inside flip shot over Jalen Brunson is good. San Antonio is out front by 10 on a 20-3 run in the last 5 minutes and 32 seconds. And they've taken command of this one, as we have a hobble Brunson on one end and the Spurs clicking on the other. And it looks like Mike Brown wants to take another timeout to break up this momentum that the Spurs have gained late in the first quarter in this one. Remember, Knickerbockers, to tap in with me. Drop your score predictions right now. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This program is brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. Your support matters and is greatly appreciated. As we analyze what's happening early in this one. Spurs have it going, negating all the Knicks offense, as the offense for the Knicks look a bit too predictable right now. And the Spurs are all over it, as we have medical staff attending to Jalen Brunson, who's heading back into the locker room. He's replaced by Jose Alvarado. As we get a Deuce McBride three is no good, but the follow back tip in by Mikal Bridges is good.
Pounding and astounding.
That time, Mikal Bridges. Is the Spurs the other way, out front 27-19. Wembanyama working on Karl Anthony Towns. Great defense there, forces him into a missed shot. Here's Alvarado the other way. Gets it to Towns. Back to Alvarado. Gives him a screen. Gets the switch on to Wembanyama. Brings it out. Kicks it over to Shamet. Towns looking to post up Champagnie, who was holding on to him that play. And Towns will draw a foul. This time it'll be on the entry pass against Julian Champagnie. As the Knicks trail with 40.5 remaining in the first quarter, 27-19. Substitutions abound. Alvarado will inbounds. Gets it into Karl Anthony Towns, being hawked by Wembanyama. Back to Alvarado. Gets it back to Towns. Working on Harper. Back to Alvarado. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Sidestep three-pointer. Rims rattle in and out by Alvarado. San Antonio has it in the front court. Here's Fox on the floor with Castle, Champagnie, Wembanyama, and Harper. Looking to work on Alvarado. 8 seconds on the clock. 9 seconds on the game clock. Castle being guarded by Mikal Bridges. Turn around, fadeaway shot over Bridges is no good. Rebound Towns, who heaves it full court at the rim and almost gets it to go. And that'll close out the first quarter. Spurs ended that quarter on a 20-5 run. Out front, 27-19. As we get underway early in this one. Back with the second quarter. When we return, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerians. If you're just joining in, you found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. As we get back to live action, San Antonio has the possession out of the timeout. 1 second remaining on the shot clock as we get a heave from Wembanyama at the rim is no good. Attempt to save the ball from going out of bounds. by Alvarado will end up with either New York having possession. No. It will be San Antonio, as that shot did hit the backboard in the rim. Alvarado couldn't save it. Spurs to inbound. We get a Fox alley-oop play to Wembanyama. And he puts it in. But the basket will be negated, as there was a foul on Alvarado on the play before the shot attempt. Side out San Antonio. Here's Castle working on Anunoby. Gets it to a wide open Barnes. Three-point basket is no good. Here's Alvarado the other way. Gets it into the front court. Gets it over to Deuce. Whips it back over to Towns, who's looking to penetrate and gets fouled on the play by Fox. And he's looking for a continuation as he flipped it up at the basket on his drive to the basket. But the referee says no basket. The foul came before the clock, before the shot. It will be side out New York. Here's Alvarado over to Towns, looking to exploit the smaller Fox. Whips it to Hart. Gets it out to Deuce for a wide open right wing three. Is good.
Rising and surprising.
Deuce McBride knocks it down that time. And we get a San Antonio turnover. Next the other way. Alvarado to Towns. Gets past Wembanyama inside for the attempt flush. And he's fouled. From behind. No, they called the block. But Knicks should retain possession, as the ball was knocked out of bounds. Out of Karl Anthony Towns' hands by Wembanyama. Here's Knicks on the inbound. Alvarado seeing extended minutes because of the Jalen Brunson injury, who was relegated to the locker room early in this one. And he gets the layup attempt at the rim is good, as it was blocked by Wembanyama, but it was called a goaltend, so count the basket. Knicks are back into this one, down 3, 24-27, as we get a Castle drive down the lane, and he's fouled. And that'll send him to the line. That foul will be on one Deuce McBride. 10:24 remaining in the second quarter. Spurs have it side out. Here's Castle looking to work on Anunoby. Drives down the lane, flip shot over Karl Anthony Towns is good. San Antonio leads 29-24. Here's Karl Anthony Towns working on Wembanyama. Drives down the lane, layup is good.
Wheeling and dealing, driving and thriving.
That time Towns, as Wembanyama comes rolling down the lane the other way and draws a foul on his way to the basket. And they get that foul call. Let's see who that foul is called on. Not quite sure who the whistle was on that play, but it is send Wembanyama to the line for two. First shot is up, and it's good. San Antonio leads. Wembanyama's second attempt is up and good. Puts San Antonio out front 31-26. San Antonio already shooting 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Knicks have no attempts. Here's Alvarado into the front court. Looking to get Towns to post up. Here's a double. Kicks it out. Swing. Pass ends up in Shamet hands. Pulls up mid-range jumper, foul line extended, no good. Spurs the other way. Ends up in a Vassal three. Way off. Rebound, New York. Alvarado the other way. Working on Harper. Gets a screen by Anunoby down the lane. Inside penetration is good.
Driving and thriving.
Alvarado taking it strong to the hoop that time. 28-31 Knicks trail. Here's Castle inside. Flips the pass out. Stolen by Anunoby. On the fast break, Alvarado pulls it out as he sees Wembanyama under the basket. Kicks it out for a Deuce McBride three. Right wing is no good. Spurs the other way. Here's Wembanyama. Looking to work on Towns on the left wing. Shamet close by for the dig. Big two-step inside. Flip shot at the basket is no good. Here's Alvarado. Gets it to a Shamet. In the corner for three is no good. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama has it on the left wing. Kicks it out to Harper. Dead on three. No good. Back iron long that time. Rebound Towns. Out to Alvarado. Gets it across the half-court line. Flips it over to Towns. Looking to work on Wembanyama. Picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Deuce McBride. Deuce looking to work on Harper. Gets a Towns screen. Probing. Keeping his dribble alive. Flips it over to Anunoby, who drives down the lane. Drops it off to Karl Anthony Towns, who takes it strong with a flip shot at the basket. No good, but it's fouled on the play by one Victor Wembanyama. And Karl Anthony Towns is down on the floor holding his face as he got hit pretty hard on that one. As we take a look at the replay, Anunoby driving down the lane, sucking in the defense. Gets San Antonio to commit, and then he drops it off the Towns, who was fouled by the long arms of Victor Wembanyama. Got hit across the face that time. And that'll send Karl Anthony Towns to the line when we return after these messages. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we get back to live action. If you're just joining in, you found Knicks on the call. As the Spurs challenged that foul call and got the call overturned. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be Spurs possession. Here's Castle working on Hart. Looking to penetrate inside and will get a reach-in foul. This time it'll be on Josh Hart. As the Knicks trail 28-31 with 7:44 remaining in the second. Spurs will have it side out. On the floor for New York is Brunson, who's checked back into the game with Bridges, Hart, Clarkson, and Mitchell Robinson. As the Spurs miss a shot attempt. Here's New York the other way. Lob pass from Josh Hart to Mitchell Robinson, who gets it to go on the Gotham lob play that time. And a foul will send Mitchell Robinson to the line, looking to complete the three-point play as he hawks it over the contested Luke Cornett. That time on the alley-oop play. Robinson with an injured pinky on his right hand, looking to shoot the free throw. Comes up short, no good. Knicks back within one. 30-31 San Antonio lead. Here's Bryant, who checked into the game for San Antonio. On the floor with Luke Cornett, Fox, Vassell, and Bryant to the line for two. First attempt is up, no good. As San Antonio has Cornett, Fox, Vassell, Bryant on the floor as he splits a pair. 32-30, Knicks trail. Here's Brunson. Gets it over to Clarkson. Left wing three-point attempt is up, no good. Rebound Spurs. Looking to push. Fox sees a double with Brunson digging in on the help side. Gets it over to Harper. Back to Fox. Fox in front of Shamet. Takes a three. No good, in and out. Almost gets a turnover. Here's Fox inside the lane. Flip shot short. No good. Rebound Robinson. Knicks the other way. Brunson looking to push. Gets by Vassell. Flip shot at the rim is no good. Couldn't get cleaned up by Robinson on the dunk attempt. As the Spurs end up with a layup in transition the other way. San Antonio leads by 4. Here's Brunson over to Bridges in the front court. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Brunson looking to work on Vassell, looking to lull him to sleep. Spin around, gets inside. Flip shot at the rim is good.
Wheeling and dealing.
That time was Jalen Brunson. Here's San Antonio back the other way in a Vassell 3. And it looks like the Knicks want to talk it over as Brunson is yelling at Scott Foster, begging for a foul on the other end as he comes up gimpy from the previous drive. As we take a look at what happened here, not sure what Brunson is complaining about there. It was well contested and he just came down wrong on that play, holding his ankles. And with that, we'll take a timeout and pick it up when we return. San Antonio out front 37-32. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerins. During that second quarter, the Knicks went on a 13-4 run to bring themselves back into the game and cut a 10-point lead that saw it decrease to 31-30 as we pick it up after the timeout. We got a little blood on the knee of Jalen Brunson as the Knicks open up after the timeout with possession. Here's Brunson working on Bryant, gets it into the front court as he's being swarmed with the pressure defense, but he gets inside the lane. Flip shot at the basket is no good. Rebound put back is in, and count that basket to Jordan Clarkson. Crashing the boards that time. Knicks trail by 3, 34-37, and we get a San Antonio turnover. This time it's an illegal screen. Offensive foul. That'll see the Knicks have possession going the other way. It'll be on Vassell. Correction on the last play. The putback was by Jalen Brunson off his own miss. As we get back to live action, Brunson working into the paint. Step through. 1-2 step inside. Flip shot with the right hand is good.
Moving, grooving.
That time, Jalen Brunson cuts the lead to 1. Here's San Antonio. Fox penetrating. Being guarded heavily by Shaman. He fades away. Jump shot mid-range, no good. Rebound, Mitchell Robinson.
Bounding and astounding.
As the Knicks into the front court the other way. Here's Brunson over to Bridges. Bridges flips it over to Clarkson. Clarkson gets inside, slips and falls, gets the ball out to Brunson. 8 seconds on the shot clock. As he drives into the lane, flip shot over Carter Bryant is good.
Driving and thriving, penetrating, creating.
Was Brunson that time, but Harper in a flash takes it back the other way, gets inside for an easy left-hand layup. Keeps San Antonio out front 39-38. Here's Bridges looking to go to work. Stop pop at the foul line area is good. Here's San Antonio. Fox guarded by Shaman. Whips it over to Carter for a right wing three is no good. Robinson on the box out, comes up with the rebound. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson into the front court as he's hawked by Carter Bryant, and he'll pick up a foul. And that foul will be assessed to Bryant. And the Knicks will have it side out. as they manage to come back and regain the lead, leading San Antonio 40-39 with 3:37 remaining in the first half. Inbound Bridges to Robinson, back to Bridges. Bridges looking to go to work, gets inside, tries to flip a pass up alley-oop style to Robinson. A little too strong that time as it ends up in a turnover. That pass awry and out of bounds. San Antonio will have possession. Here's Castle. Gets a screen, gets into the lane, flips it out to a Keldon Johnson three, and he splashes it from the left wing corner. Puts San Antonio back up 42-40. Here's Brunson looking to work on Fox. 3-point line extended, dribbling, pull up, right wing three is up. No good that time. Rebound Wembanyama. Gets it over to Harper. Harper almost loses it. Gets it back to Wembanyama. Takes a deep straight on three, is short. Rebound Knicks. Here's Bridges in transition, being guarded by Harper. Gets it over to Brunson. Screen, Bridges gets the switch on to Harper. Brunson looking to go to work. Crossover, right to left, driving, step through, kick out to Shamet. Shamet dribble, sidestep, pull up three is good.
Rising and surprising.
That time, Landry Shamet. Here's San Antonio the other way. And we'll have a whistle on the play. It'll go against Mitchell Robinson, contesting the Wemby shot. And that'll send Wemby to the line. Knicks lead 43-42. Wembanyama at the line shooting a pair. First free throw is up and good. Tie ball game at 43 all. With a little under 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Excuse me, in this one. Be sure to check in with me, folks, at the halftime check. I want to hear how you feel about all the events transpiring in this one. As Wembanyama takes his second free throw attempt is up and is good. Puts San Antonio back out front 44-43 as Brunson gets a much-needed rest on the bench. On the floor is Alvarado, Anunoby, Towns, Bridges, and Shamet. Here's an Anunoby three from the right wing corner is no good. Rebound San Antonio. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. San Antonio leads by 1. Champagnie off the Wembanyama assist is good. Knocks down a right wing three to put San Antonio up 4. Here's Alvarado working on Castle, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges, left wing 3-point line extended. Gets a screen from Karl Anthony Towns, looks to penetrate. Flips it out for an Alvarado, right wing three. There's money.
Rising and surprising.
As Alvarado knocks down a wide open 3-point basket. He has 7 points in 6 minutes of action. As Champagnie comes back the other way and gets that three right back as the Knicks got to look to pick him up in transition. And looks like we'll have a turnover as Karl Anthony Towns try to lead Mikal Bridges to the basket. And Brunson will check back into the game. As we take a look at the replay of the Champagnie three. As he taunts Alvarado on the way back down the other way. They say the pass was deflected out of bounds. Knicks will have it side out as we are in live action. Tip by Castle into the backcourt as Brunson handles. Looking to work on Wembanyama. Has him on the island, left wing 3-point line extended. Step back three It rattles around in and out. Offensive rebound, Karl Anthony Towns. And he's mugged underneath the basket. And he'll draw a foul. The second foul in the last 2 minutes. It'll send Karl Anthony Towns to the line for a pair. San Antonio leads 50-46 with 57.6 remaining in the second quarter. As Karl Anthony Towns knocks down the first. Remember, folks, your support keeps this broadcast going. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As Karl Anthony Towns looks to knock down the second attempt, the shot is up and it bounces around the rim and good. Knicks trail by 2, 50-48. Towns has 8 points, shooting 3 of 7 from the field with 4 rebounds. Here's Castle, weaving his way inside, takes an elbow, right elbow. Shot is no good. Rebound, Towns.
Pounding and astounding.
Gets it over to Brunson, who gets his pocket picked by De'Aaron Fox, who goes the other way for the easy two-hand stuff as the Knicks gave up another turnover. Here's Towns, probing, working on Wemby. Puts the ball down, gets into the lane, flip shot at the basket is no good. Tried to tip in his own missed shot. To no avail. Spurs have it. They'll hold for one with 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter, leading 52-48 as we're locked in a tight one. Anunoby guarding, gets the switch on the Brunson. He splits the D. Gets it to Champagnie for a right wing corner 3. And Bridges with the full court heave is negated as he gets blocked by Wembanyama on that attempt. And the Spurs will take a 55-48 lead into the half. And we'll recap it all after this break with the halftime check. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
Get ready to leave it on scene. It's the halftime check, live with Knicks on the Call.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockers, we are at the halftime check. Let me know how you feel about this one. If you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps this broadcast going. As we take a look at the halftime stats, the Spurs closed the half on a 13-5 run, with Julian Champagnie hitting 3 straight threes and turning what was a deficit into a 55-48 lead at the half, as we're locked in a competitive battle in this one. As we take a look at the halftime stats, leading the way for New York is Brunson, who managed to put up 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, while taking a lot of bumps and bruises early in this one. And we have Karl Anthony Towns, who finished the first half with 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, with Josh Hart pulling down 5 boards and giving you 3 assists and a block, and only has 2 points in this one. And Anunoby, who hasn't really made an imprint yet on this game, finishes the first half with 5 points, but chipping in with 7 points and 4 rebounds, 1 assist and a steal off the bench. Playing backup guard duty is Jose Alvarado, who's filling in admirably, as Jalen Brunson appeared to be coming up a little hobbled in the first half in this one. But the Knicks overall are doing fairly well. To only be down 7 at the half, considering nobody has really found a groove yet, you'll take that when you're playing on the road in the NBA Finals. As we take a look at the team box score, New York Knicks and the Spurs are tied, shooting equally around 40% from the field, but San Antonio has edged out New York so far in the three-point category, shooting 37.5% to the New York Knicks 30%. And the free throw disparity, I don't know what to make of it. I want to hear you tell it. Leave it in the chat. Leave it on scene. Let me know your comments about that, as San Antonio has been to the line 12 times, knocking down 10 of those 12 free throw attempts, while the Knicks are shooting a paltry 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Clearly, there's a free throw line discrepancy there, but the Knicks are losing control of this one, as San Antonio has managed to amass 14 fast break points to the Knicks 2 points in fast break points. San Antonio leading in the block category, with the long arm of the law, Wembanyama, doing his part there on the defensive end, giving San Antonio 4 blocks to the Knicks 1. Defensive rebounding is pretty even at 21 apiece. And San Antonio managed to get 12 points off the turnovers to the Knicks 8. So despite the free throw disparity and the difference in the three-point shooting thus far, as well as the fast break points, Knicks are fortunate to only be down 7 in this one. Remember, folks, if you're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is the place where we call all Knicks games live. Every play, every run, and everything in between. So keep it here and stay locked in. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you want to send gifts through Twitch, or if you want to send a Cash App, send it to Knicks on the Call. That's all one word, Knicks on the Call. But let me know how you're feeling, Knickerbockerins. Good, bad, or indifferent. I want to hear you tell it. Leave it on scene in the comments section below, or tap in with me on the chat. As you're listening to Knicks on the Call, it's game 1 of the NBA Finals. We'll pick it up in the second half when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
Hit the music.
Say what? I can't hear you. Come on. Say what?
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, as we get the second half underway, Spurs open up the third quarter with the possession of the basketball, playing on the offensive end in front of the Knicks bench, and we'll get a whistle as it looks like it'd be a foul against Karl Anthony Towns. Off ball against Victor Wembanyama, as the Knicks trail 55-48 in the opening moments of the third. Here's Wembanyama. Free throw line jumper is no good. Rebound Anunoby. Knicks the other way. Here's Brunson working on Castle. DHO to Hart. Back over to Brunson. Gets it over to Karl Anthony Towns on the right wing. Three-point line extended. Probing and surveying. Dips it inside Anunoby into the paint. Out to Brunson. Back to Hart on the left wing for the three-point shot. Is no good. Spurs in transition. Castle into the lane. Kicks it out to Wembanyama, who looking to drive, loses the ball out of bounds. Turnover. Knicks will have the possession. Brunson bringing it up court. Staring down Champagnie. Flips it over to Towns, who finds a cut in Anunoby to the basket. Looking to bulldozer against De'Aaron Fox and draws a foul. On the inside with Wembanyama lurking on the weak side. But the Knicks will have possession side out, as Brunson looks to inbound. Gets it into Karl Anthony Towns. Working on Vassell. Probing. DHO gets it over to Brunson. Brunson penetrating. Over to Anunoby. Well contested, well played defense that time by the Spurs. Forces Anunoby into a three-point shot that's off. Here's Castle the other way. Whips it over to Champagnie into the corner to De'Aaron Fox. Drops it into Wemby. Wemby looking to post up on Towns and draws a foul. It'll go against Karl Anthony Towns. as Wembanyama was looking to post up that time. Towns has 2 fouls in 17 minutes with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Hopefully he can make more of an imprint on this second half, as we need his productivity if the Knicks are going to come out victors in this one. As Wembanyama knocks down the first free throw. His second attempt is up, and it's good. Put San Antonio up by 9, 57-48, with 10:26 remaining in the third. Here's Bridges. Over to Towns. Over to Brunson. Brunson sees a lane. Drives, spins. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Anunoby with the pass fake. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebound Spurs. Here's Champagnie. 3-point basket is way off that time as Victor. Wembanyama couldn't secure the rebound as he stumbles and bumbles with the ball out of bounds. Knicks will have the possession. Here's Bridges. Working on Fox. Gets it over to Hart. DHO to Brunson. Brunson sees a double. Good defense by the Spurs that time. Brunson being patient. Step back. Elbow shot is way off to the right. Air ball and out of bounds. Knicks trail 57-48. Brunson has 11 points and 3 rebounds, shooting 5 of 16 from the field. Castle penetrating inside, takes it strong against Josh Hart for the 2-point lay. Here's Anunoby the other way. Gets it stripped out of his hands and out of bounds by Julian Champagnie. Knicks will retain possession. As we take a look at the replay of Castle working inside on Hart. Well contested. Better offense that time. Back to live action. Here's Anunoby with a drop-off pass to Josh Hart. He's tripped up on his way to the basket, and that foul will go against Victor Wembanyama. Number 1 on him. Knicks will have it side out. Brunson inbound. Gets it into Hart. Hart finds Karl Anthony Towns with the lob pass over De'Aaron Fox as Towns puts it in easily that time. Here's the Spurs the other way. Wembanyama spinning, winning, trying to win against Towns, draws a foul. And that'll send him to the line as Towns was caught with his hands in the cookie jar that time. And Victor Wembanyama in act. The shooting will go to the line for 2. As Victor knocks down the first to give San Antonio a 60-50 lead. And he knocks down the second. Here's Brunson looking to work on Castle. Down 11 with 9 minutes to go in the third. Sees a double, comes off of it, gets it over to Towns, over to Bridges. Bridges penetrates, kicks it out to Anunoby. Anunoby down the lane. Pass fake, shots up, short, no good. Rebound Spurs. Here's Castle the other way. Gets it over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama on the baseline, looking to work on Towns. Spins, kicks it out to Castle for a right wing 3 is no good. Rebound Karl Anthony Towns. Gets it into the front court to Josh Hart. Josh Hart whips it over to Mikal Bridges, looking to work on Wembanyama on the left side. Penetrates, gets into the middle of the lane, kicks it back out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart inside to Towns, who touch passes it to Bridges, who dribbles, spins away from the basket, turn around, baby jumper is no good. Spurs the other way. Here's Fox spinning inside the lane, air ball, put back attempt off the offensive rebound is Castle, extending the Spurs lead to 13. Here's New York the other way. Brunson, left wing three is short. Rebound Spurs into Wembanyama. And here's him and Castle went up at the same time trying to catch the alley-oop pass from Champagnie, and we'll get a foul on the play. As we take a look at the replay of Anunoby's jumper coming up short as he was contested by the long arm of the law, Victor Wembanyama, trying to shoot over the 10-foot outstretched arm of Wembanyama, left that one short. Back to live action. Wembanyama straight on three is no good. Offensive rebound to Spurs. Out to Castle. Wide open three, no good. Rebound OG Anunoby. Into the front court. Gets a screen from Towns. Whips it over to Brunson. Brunson looking to drive, flip past the Bridges. Bridges cross court to Hart. Hart drives inside, kicks it out to Brunson. Wide open right wing three is no good. Rebound San Antonio. Here's Harper penetrating on OG. Bumps him. And no good as his shot comes up short. And they'll say San Antonio will have it as the battle for the loose ball rebound ended up out of bounds. Ostensibly off the Knicks. As San Antonio will retain possession. As Victor Wembanyama is substituted out by Luke Cornett as he looks gimpy on his way to the bench, hobbling to the sideline. Back to live action. Here's Luke Cornett off the inbound play. Gets it to Champagnie. Wow, three-point attempt is no good. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Karl Anthony Towns comes away with it. Into hard hands. Finds a streaking, cutting Bridges to the basket with the reverse layup. Attempt is no good as we get a whistle and a foul on the play. And that'll lead to a Mike Brown timeout as Bridges will go to the line. When we return after this break, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerians, if you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. As we get back to live action, Mikal Bridges at the line shooting a pair. First attempt is up and is no good. Second attempt is up and good. Here's Castle. Staring down Towns, whips the pass over to Harper, back out to Castle. Castle looking to go to work inside, kicks it out to Harper. Harper looking to penetrate, being guarded tightly by Bridges. Gets his body into Bridges into the paint, flip shot is up and good. Here's New York the other way. Brunson, probing, gets it over to Cat. Being guarded by Luke Cornett around the left elbow. Finds Bridges, cutting across the middle. Flip shot is up, takes a few bounces around the rim, up and in. And we have a whistle on the play as well, as you're going to count the basket, and there's a foul against Harper. So it looks like it's going to be a potential three-point play, as Harper put a forearm elbow into Josh Hart, who is looking to offensive rebound the Bridges miss. But the basket went in, and they'll look to complete the three-point play. Harper sending Josh Hart to the line. Josh Hart attempt is up, and it's good. 65-54, San Antonio out front. Here's Castle, working on Shamet. Step back, foul line jumper is good. New York the other way. On the floor, Brunson, McBride, Towns, Shamet, and Hart. Here's Towns, finds a cutting Shamet to the basket for the give and go.
Switching.
That time, Karl Anthony Towns to Shamet. Here's the Spurs. Three-point attempt by Harper is no good. Rebound Josh Hart in transition. Kicks it out to Deuce McBride over to Karl Anthony Towns. Puts it on the floor. Gets by Luke Cornett. Scoop shot to the basket is good.
Driving and thriving. Moving, grooving.
That time was Karl Anthony Towns, and sent him to the line as he got fouled on the drive. Looking to complete the three-point play, as he's been taking it to the basket with authority. They have to respect his three-point prowess, so when they close out too hard, Karl Anthony Towns uses his savviness to put the ball down with dexterity and drives to the basket as he looks to complete the three-point play. Free throw attempt is up and good. Knicks trail 67-59. Here's De'Aaron Fox, looking to work on Shamet. Gets it over to Champagnie. Champagnie into the lane, rejected by Karl Anthony Towns. The Knicks the other way. Jalen Brunson has it. Penetrates, Euro, flip shot at the basket is good.
Gyrating, devastating, wheeling and dealing.
That time was Jalen Brunson, who cuts the San Antonio lead to 6 on a 7-0 run over the last minute. As we take a look at the replay, Karl Anthony Towns with the rejection leads to the Knicks in transition as Brunson Euro steps inside for 2. And will pick it up After these messages, you're rocking steady with Game 1 of the NBA Finals. It's Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerians, you found it. The number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. It's Knicks on the call. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Tap in with me, folks. Leave it on scene in the chat. Make your comments known. How you feel about this one? Will the Knicks mount a comeback? Will they steal a pivotal Game 1 road win to keep a surmounting pressure on the San Antonio Spurs? As we get back to live action, here's Wembanyama into the paint, kicks it out to Champagnie. Knicks' defensive intensity has picked up tremendously, but Harper drives inside along the baseline with the flip shot, reverse left-handed layup. Keeps San Antonio up 69-61, 4:25 remaining. Pull up left wing three, Brunson is short as he doesn't look like himself completely after being hobbled in the first half. But now we have a turnover. Josh Hart into the passing lanes, ends up with a steal. Shamet ends up with it with a left wing corner three.
Rising, that's surprising.
64-69. Shamet with 11-point shooting, 3 of 5 from three-point land. Here's the Spurs. Harper, corner three is way off. Air ball, rebound. Josh Hart looking to push. Gets it over to Brunson. In and out dribble. Weaves inside. Kicks it out to Josh Hart. Back to Brunson. Over to Deuce McBride for a left wing. Three is no good. Battle for the rebound is Karl Anthony Towns.
Resounding, rebounding.
With the putback. Cuts the lead to 3. San Antonio out front. Knicks on a 12-2 run in the last 3 minutes as Fox put an ends to that with the baby jumper from the left elbow. 71-66. Fox shooting 3 of 10, only has 6 points. Here's Hart driving inside on Wemby. Wemby with the Hawking defense. He drops it off to Shamet. Shamet twirls, whirls around, brings it back out, kicks it out to Hart for a wide open 3, rattles in and out. Rebound, Karl Anthony Towns
Pounding and astounding.
with the putback, and is fouled on the play. Will send him to the line to close the gap as the Knicks trail 68-71 with Karl Anthony Towns at the line looking to complete the 3-point play. .252 remaining in the third. 71-68 San Antonio lead as Karl Anthony Towns gets one to roll over the rim and in. Cuts the lead to 2. Here's De'Aaron Fox. Driving inside. Flip shot at the basket is no good. Great box out by Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks have it. Into the front court is Shamet. Gets it over to Towns. Working on Wembanyama. Takes a deep 31-footer. Grazes the front rim, no good. Harper in transition. Almost loses it. Gets it out to Johnson. Swing pass. Ends up in Wembanyama's hands. Pump fake. Kicks it out to Harper. Harper elbow jumper. But the shot will be negated as we'll have an offensive foul. Turnover. San Antonio on the illegal screen. Caught Victor Wembanyama pushing Brunson that time. Trying to free up Champagnie, but it's called for the foul. Knicks will have it side out. Trailing 69-71 with a chance to tie or take the lead with 2 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Brunson. Between the legs dribble, working on Champagnie. Stop, pops, elbow jumper is good.
Rising and surprising.
Here's San Antonio the other way as Keldon Johnson looking to take it up strong. Gets blocked by Deuce McBride with the left hand. Great defense that time as we take a look at the replay on the Brunson stop and pop elbow jumper, and then the block by Deuce. Tie game, 71 all until that play. Off the inbound, Fox to Vassell for the two-hand stuff. Here's Brunson looking to work on Harper. 3-point line extended. Gets around Barnes. Gets him on his back and draws a foul as he was taking a mid-range elbow jumper. Managed to get by the San Antonio defense and ended up with Harrison Barnes as the defender on his back, sending Brunson to the line for a pair. First attempt is up and is good. 72-73. San Antonio lead with Brunson taking his second free throw. Shot is up and good. And we're knotted at 73 all in this one. Fox looking to work on Josh Hart. Wild pass, almost gets it stolen, but ends up in Harper's hands, ends up in Wemby's hands for a three-point shot. Is no good. Rebound Josh Hart. And here comes the Knicks the other way. Brunson between the legs dribble, working, spinning, floater, turnaround, jumper is no good. Rebound Spurs. Here's De'Aaron Fox the other way. Spins around, loses the ball and out of bounds. And Knicks should have possession unless they say it was deflected. It was a whistle. Foul call on the Knicks, sending De'Aaron Fox to the line for 2 as he knocks down the first. Gives San Antonio a 74-73 lead as we wind it down in the third quarter in a tight one with 1:07 remaining. Second attempt is no good. Rebound Mitchell Robinson. On the floor with Brunson, Hart, Shamet, and Deuce McBride. 58 seconds remaining in the third. Brunson have it. Gets the switch on to Harrison Barnes. Calls out a play. Giving directions between the leg dribble. Crossover. Gets inside. Floater. No good as he was well defended that time. And it ends up in a turnover as he tried the bailout drop-off pass to Mitchell Robinson, who couldn't corral it on that play. Here's Fox the other way. San Antonio leading by 1. Vassell has it. Looking to penetrate. Gets it out to Wembanyama. Puts it on the floor. Drives inside. Pass Mitchell Robinson for a left-handed stuff. San Antonio up 3. 22 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 3-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Here's Shamet. Finds Hart cutting to the basket. Hits Deuce McBride fading and knocks it in from the left wing for a 3-point basket.
Rising and surprising.
Getting it to go off the side of the backboard. Difficult angle to bank a shot, but Deuce McBride manages to get it to fall as the last second shot by Wembanyama to end the third quarter is no good and will go into the fourth knotted at 76 all. What a game we have thus far as the Knicks refuse to die, as they hang on, not playing their best and not getting foul calls in this one, as they're fortunate to be knotted at 76 all. And we'll pick it up with the start of the fourth quarter after these messages. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah. Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah. Yeah, severe, yeah.
All right, Knickerbockerians, we're locked in a tight one as we've seen lead changes exchanged. Runs being made by both teams. Who will end up the victors when the buzzer sounds at the end of the fourth quarter is to be determined. If you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. As we get back to live action, Knicks will open the fourth quarter with the possession. Here's Alvarado on the floor with Towns, McBride, Anunoby, and Shamet. Gets it inside the Towns, has to go quickly. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Drive, flip shot at the basket is no good. Battle for the rebound, and it end up out of bounds. And refs say keep it right here, as New York will end up with the possession. Deuce to inbound. Finds Shamet underneath the basket for the reverse flip shot. Is good.
Moving, grooving.
That time, Landry Shamet gives the Knicks a 2-point lead. First lead since 43-42 when they went down 14 and came back and took the lead. Here's Fox inside. Flip shot at the basket is no good. Rebound Wembanyama put back is no good, but he's fouled on the play. And that foul will go against Alvarado, sending Wembanyama to the line for 2. Wembanyama first attempt is long back iron and no good. Knicks lead 78-66. It's game 1 of the NBA Finals, brought to you live by SelfieCast Studio, streaming to YouTube and Twitch TV. As Wembanyama's second attempt is up and good. Knicks lead by 1 with 11:05 remaining in the fourth. Victor Wembanyama shooting 3 of 13 from the field with 16 points and 6 rebounds. Here's Anunoby looking to work on Castle. DHO'd Alvarado, being guarded tightly by Castle. Back to Anunoby, who flips it back to Alvarado, who has to put up a 3 with the shot clock winding down, and we'll get a foul as Anunoby went crashing the boards and was shoved from behind by De'Aaron Fox. And the Knicks will retain possession. Side out. Here's Towns from the inbound pass from Alvarado. Working three-point line extended. Gets it over to Anunoby. Looking to penetrate. Gets inside strong. To the basket is Anunoby.
Driving and thriving, penetrating, creating.
Gives the Knicks a 80-77 lead. Here's Harrison Barnes. Driving. Drops it off the Wemby. Spin around shot. Jumper is no good, as it was defended well by Karl Anthony Towns that time. New York will have it in the front court. Here's Towns looking to penetrate. Almost loses it. Alvarado will have it. Whips it over to Anunoby on the left wing. Three-point line extended. Staring down Castle. Puts the ball down. Flip shot at the basket off the banker is no good. Looking for a foul to no avail. Spurs the other way. Ends up in Vassal's hands. Penetrating. Layup attempt is short. No good. But the putback rebound is put in by Victor Wembanyama over Deuce McBride that time. Here's Alvarado. Whips it over to Deuce McBride. Three-point line extended on the right wing, working on Barnes. Drives inside, flips it to Anunoby for a deep Left wing corner three is good.
Rising and surprising.
Anunoby knocking down the basket that time. Knicks lead 83-79. Here's the Spurs the other way. Castle spinning and winning against Landry Shamet. Gets that basket to go. Here's Karl Anthony Towns on the other end. Gets it to Deuce McBride. Gets it over to Anunoby, staring down Wembanyama. Pump faking. Pulls up. Right wing three is good.
Rising and surprising.
As he got it over the outstretched hands of Victor Wembanyama. Here's the Spurs the other way. Vassell out to Castle. Left wing three-point shot is up and good. Brings the Spurs back within 2, 86-84. Knick lead with 8:30 remaining in the fourth quarter as we got a back and forth affair going in this one. Here's Alvarado into the front court. Whips it over to Deuce McBride. Staring down Castle. Knicks going through their offense. Alvarado have it with 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Looking to drive right. Scoop shot at the basket against Castle is no good. Rebound Spurs. De'Aaron Fox the other way. Penetrating. Gets inside. Whips it out to Vassell for a right wing three. A little long that time. No good. Rebound Spurs. Ends up in Castle's hands for a three. No good. Rebound Towns. Gets it out to Alvarado. Knicks look to push. Deuce putting pressure on the basket. Flips it up. Looking for a foul bump. No call. Spurs the other way. Barnes will have it. Pauses. Stop. Pops. A three-point shot is no good. And we'll get the put back by Vassell. As Shamet was pushed down to the floor, but no call. As the home team is prevailing. Getting all the whistles thus far in this one. And we're tied at 86 all. And we'll have a timeout. And we'll pick it up there when we return after a word from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerins, we're back live. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call. This program is brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're just joining in, you found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. We're calling Game 1 of the NBA Finals. As we get back to live action, it's Brunson down the lane for the scoop shot, layup.
Wheeling and dealing, driving and thriving.
That time, giving the Knicks an 88-86 lead with 7:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Harper and the Spurs driving baseline. No basket, as it looks like we'll have a foul on the floor. As Scott Foster says, keep it right here. Spurs will have it side out as they get Mikal Bridges, that time impeding Harper's progress. Spurs will inbound. Here's Castle. Driving left on the left side. Into Josh Hart. Flip shot no good. Contested well. Knicks in transition. Here's Brunson. Into the lane. Draws a foul. And that one will go against Champagnie. And it will send Jalen Brunson to the line for two. As he has some words for Scott Foster on that play. As Champagnie appeared to have fouled him twice. Once on the reach in, on the drive, and as Brunson Euroed to the lane, and then he got him again. But Brunson will shoot two, looking to put the Knicks up 4. First free throw attempt is up and good. (89-86). In a fascinating game thus far. 3 of 3 from the line. Second attempt is up and good. Knicks out front 90-86 with 6:47 remaining. Here's Harper looking to penetrate. Whips a pass over to Vassell. Turnover. Spurs. Knicks the other way. Here's Brunson. In and out dribble with the right hand. Swoop shot inside the lane is good.
Wheeling and dealing, penetrating, creating.
That time was Jalen Brunson as San Antonio wants to talk it over. As Brunson hit Champagnie with a right-handed in and out dribble and back to the left hand, contorting his body for the left-handed swoop shot, putting the Knicks up 92-86 as Mr. Clutch is looking to put away the Spurs in the fourth quarter. And we'll pick it up with San Antonio possession. After this timeout, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
People
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, Severe, yeah.
All right, Knickerbockerians, tap in with me. Drop your score predictions right now. If you're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call, hit that like button now and subscribe to the channel. Your support is much appreciated, and it keeps this program going. Let me know how you feel about this one as we get back to live action. As we almost get a turnover, and then we got a womp, womp, womp moment in the game where Craze fan has just ran out onto the floor as he gets quickly ushered away off court in what could have been a potential flagrant moment. As the refs are huddled up to discuss something right now, as the Spurs had possession of the ball. Now Scott Foster is having a word with both head coaches, explaining something to Mike Brown as Mitch Johnson looks on as a fan ran on court with his cell phone taking a selfie, as both Victor Wembanyama and Mitchell Robinson look on as if to say, what in the heavens is wrong with this guy? And in a discussion on who had possession, they'll just jump it up center circle as the Knicks lead 92-86 with 6:28 remaining. And the tip is up, and it's controlled by the Spurs. New York with 3 timeouts, and San Antonio has 2 timeouts. Off the play, ends up with a Champagnie 3 wide right. No good. Here's Brunson the other way. Behind the back dribble. Crossover. Penetrating. Swoop shot. Into the lane. Is good.
Weaving and achieving.
Brunson, that time, working his way inside as the Knicks are working to extend the lead. And Brunson has New York last 8 points. And we are in clutch time. Clutch moments. And we all know who the reigning defending clutch player of this one is. Jalen Brunson. As the Spurs gets it over to Wembanyama, looking to work on Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson with the great defense forces a San Antonio Spurs turnover. Great defense that time by Mitchell Robinson. Defended Wembanyama well on that play. Didn't fall for any of the pump fakes. Kept his foot on the ground, absorbed the bump. as Wemby tried to drop it off last minute and ended up in a turnover. Here's Josh Hart looking to penetrate, kicks it out to Bridges, passes deflected by Harper and out of bounds. Knicks will retain possession. 5:37 remaining in the fourth quarter. Knicks lead 94-86 in what's turned out to be a back and forth affair in this one. Inbound to Robinson. DHO to Brunson. Gets the screen from Robinson. Robinson rolls. Brunson penetrates. Stop. Pops. Floater shot is up. No good. Rebound Spurs. Here's De'Aaron Fox the other way. Looking to push. Gets it deflected and knocked out of his hands. Stolen by Josh Hart. Knicks the other way. Ends up in Shamit's hands. Shamit working on Castle. Three-point line extended. Weaving inside. Gets it to Hart. Hart puts it down, driving left to right, gets into the middle of the lane. Nothing there, kicks it out to Bridges, who penetrates, falls away, jumper on the left side is no good. Rebound Spurs. Wembanyama has it. Step back, sidestep, three-point shot is up and good as he buries that one from the left wing over Mitchell Robinson, and New York wants to talk it over. And we'll pick it up after the break. And a word from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we get back to live action. Knicks open up the timeout after the timeout with possession. Here's Brunson dancing, prancing on Champagnie. Jumper is up and no good. Here's the Spurs the other way. Here's Wembanyama penetrating on Karl Anthony Towns, who kept his hands out of the cookie jar. But Spurs ends up with the rebound off the miss. Here's Champagnie putting the ball onto the floor. Whips it to Wembanyama in the corner for three. Way off as it hits the side of the backboard. And looks like the ball ends up out of bounds as Champagnie was fouled. Battling for the boards. As the Knicks have a 94-89 fourth quarter lead with 4:04 remaining. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. The number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. It's game one of the NBA Finals. Knicks, Spurs, in a tight one. As Champagnie knocks down the first free throw, bringing San Antonio within 4. Second attempt is up and it's no good. Knicks lead 94-90. 3:55 remaining in the fourth. Here's Brunson. It's crunch time. It's clutch time. Gets the switch on the Fox. Whips the pass over to Shaman. Penetrates inside. Nothing there. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Anunoby puts the ball down. Pulls up. Jumper elbow shot. No good. Rebound Spurs. Here's Wembanyama. Looking to work on Towns. Sees a double. Gets off of it. Gets it right back. Working three-point line extended on the left wing. Penetrates against Towns. Puts a shoulder into him. Sending Towns flying to the floor. Gets the layup to go. And a foul. As Towns picks up his fourth. And if I'm Mike Brown, I don't know if I want to challenge this one. Defense looked pretty good up until the last moments. With Town got caught with the reach in after the shoulder bump. That sent him flying to the floor. It'll send Wemby to the line, looking to complete the three-point play. Knicks lead 94-92. With Wembanyama looking to cut it to one with this free throw attempt here. Ball is up, bounces around, and good. Brunson will bring it up court. Looking to work on Castle. On the floor with Towns, Shamet, Anunoby, and Hart. Towns whips a pass over to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Looking to exploit Champagnie. 5 seconds on the clock. Gets inside, takes the bump. Sidestep, jumper, foul line extended is no good. Rebound Spurs. Here's Wembanyama. Driving on Towns. Flip shot up at the basket, no good. It's Josh Hart. Comes away with the loose ball, scramble off the rebound. Ball pushed up court. Ends up in Shaman hands for a three, no good. But Hart crashing the boards. Gets a big offensive rebound.
Pounding and astounding.
Ends up in Brunson hands, who takes it inside. Flip shot off the backboard is up, no good. As we're in the waning moments, 2:29 to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks up by 1, 94-93. Here's Fox looking to penetrate. Kicks it out to Vassell. Right wing three is short, no good. Spurs with the rebound. Flips it up to Wembanyama, and we get a foul on the play as the attempt is waved off by Scott Foster. As the shove from behind will send Wembanyama to the line, who's taken a plethora of free throws in this one. Let's see if I can get some information here on the free throw disparity, because it looks like San Antonio has been to the free throw line twice as much as New York, as they've taken 23 attempts to the Knicks 12. Here's Wembanyama. Gets the first one to go. Ties the ball game at 94 all. Looking to take his second attempt. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. The second attempt is up and it's good. Gives San Antonio a 1-point lead. 94-95 Spurs on a 9-0 run in the last 4 minutes. Here's Brunson being guarded by Castle tightly. Gets the switch on to Champagnie. Left hand drive down the left side. Gets it inside. Kick out. Swing, swing, swing. Ends up in the Anunoby three. Back iron. No good. Battle for the rebound is saved by Brunson, who kicks it to Bridges and gets it right back and nails down a right wing corner three.
Rising and surprising.
Jalen Brunson with the biggest basket of the game thus far. Give him 28 on 11 of 30 shooting. Here's San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama looking to work on Towns. DHO to Fox. Fox inside, push shot. Mid-range jumper is no good. Knicks the other way. Here's Brunson. Knicks up by 2 with 1:20 remaining. Looking to work on Champagnie. Right wing three-point line extended. Brunson looking to go to work. Here comes the double. Gets it off the Bridges. Bridges stop, pops. Gets fouled as he was attempting to take a fallback baby jumper. Fouled by Fox with 4.3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. In a big offensive tap as we take a look at the replay by Brunson, who got it over to Bridges, and Bridges whipped it back over to him for a right wing corner 3 that has the Knicks up 2 as Mikal Bridges goes to the line to shoot a pair. And Bridges gets the first attempt to go. Knicks lead 98-95 with 1:11 remaining as Bridges knocks down both free throws. Here's Castle being guarded by Josh Hart. Three-point line extended. Gets it over to Wembanyama, looking to go to work on Towns. Tries to cross over, loses the ball. Ends up in Josh Hart's hands, and he slows it down as he maintains and values the possession. Gets it over to Jalen Brunson, who's calling out orders. Looking to work on Vassell. Between the leg dribble, penetrates, spinning, pump fake, fading. Shot is good as he looks for a foul. 101-95, Knicks lead with 33 seconds remaining as Wembanyama pulls up for a 24-footer no good, and the rebound is by Anunoby, who's pushed out of bounds, and the Knicks will have possession. Looking to close this one out with 29.4 remaining in the fourth quarter, leading 101-95. As the Knicks fans in attendance are going hysterical as Anunoby ends up at the line looking to shoot a pair. First attempt is up and good. Knicks lead 102-95. Substitutions into the game as Shamet replaces Karl Anthony Towns. As Anunoby looks to shoot the second of a pair. Shot is up. Shot is down and good. New York leads 103-95. 25 seconds to go. Here's Fox looking to penetrate on Bridges. Try to whip a pass to Vassell, and it's deflected out of bounds by Shamet. And we'll get a San Antonio timeout as they look to regroup, as they had control of this one only to lose it down the stretch, as the heroics of Brunson shining through in this one, as the Brunson burner has been lit. Puts the Knicks up 103-95 as Captain Clutch looks to close it out late in the fourth. We'll pick it up with seconds remaining when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. As we get back to live action, Knicks challenge the play, and the call is overturned. Knicks will have possession, leading 103-95 with 20.7 seconds remaining in the fourth, as they decide to take another timeout to give their players a breather, as the Knicks look like they have this one well in hand. In a game that's been pretty back and forth with lead changes, where both teams went up double digits on each other, back and forth like a seesaw. Knickerbockerians, be sure to tap in with me. If you're rocking with Knicks on the Call, hit that like button now and subscribe to the channel. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder, calling every game live, every play, every run, and everything in between. So keep it locked in. Let me know how you're feeling. Leave it on scene in the chat. I want to hear you tell it, as this has been an enthralling game. As we get back to live action, Knicks to inbound, Hart to Anunoby, as the Spurs have no choice but to foul, as time is not their friend. With 20.6 remaining, Knicks lead 103-95 with Anunoby at the line shooting a pair. The first shot is up and good. Puts the Knicks up front, 104-95. Here's Anunoby's second attempt, is up and good. Knicks up by 10 with 19 seconds remaining. Hart with the pressure defense, no need to foul. Champagnie with a three, no good, ends up in a Josh Hart rebound, and Knicks could dribble it out as Brunson gets it up the Bridges in the front court, who gets it back to Brunson as we're down to 1 second, and that'll do it. Knicks steal game one on the road, 105-95 to take what appears to be a commanding 1-0 series lead. Wow! 7th consecutive double-digit road win, longest streak in NBA history. As Brunson had a few choice words with Scott Foster at the end of that one. What an enthralling victory. What a comeback, as both teams exchange body blow and headshots. But it'll be the New York Knicks who come out victorious in this one, in a game for the ages. If we get 7 games like this, what an incredible entertainment value it'll be. And we'll recap it all on the other side of this break. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
People
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
People
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Hit the music. Say what? I can't hear you. Come on. Say what?
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, thank you for tuning in to Knicks on the Call as we witnessed an incredible first game of the NBA Finals between your New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. In the last 2 minutes, Bridges grabbed an offensive rebound and assisted Brunson's three-pointer to give the Knicks a 97-95 lead. Then the Spurs went on and missed the chance to tie, and Bridges made 2 free throws to extend the lead to 99-95. Hart then forced a turnover, leading to Brunson's transition basket for a 1-on-1 to 95 Knicks advantage. And then Anunoby made 4 free throws after turnovers by the Spurs, securing the Knicks 105-95 victory as they stunned and shocked the San Antonio Spurs in what was an enthralling, competitive, incredible Game 1. As we take a look at the box score, the captain Clutch, big body Brunson himself, finished the game with 30 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Didn't quite shoot it all that well, as he only shot 38.7% from the field, taking a whopping 31 field goal attempts and only getting 12 to fall. But nonetheless, it was the Brunson burner who was lit, and his poise and his relentless competitive spirit and his clutch play down the stretch secured the Knicks victory in this one, as Karl Anthony Towns chipped in with a double-double, giving you 18 points and 12 rebounds to go along with 4 assists. Not a great game by him, as he only shot 46.7% from the field. But he did some things strategically that I thought kept San Antonio on their heels, considering the fact that they have to honor him as a deadly three-point shooter. He used that to his advantage, where on several occasions he pump faked and drove the ball down the lane, managed to either create a foul attempt or a basket. And in some instances, he got him both, where he was fouled and sent to the line. And I thought that was key, because it has to pull Wembanyama out of the paint. We saw the Knicks get in the paint a few times to draw the Spurs defense in and get the kickouts and the sprays to the shooter, or the drop-off passes to other Knicks players in the paint for layup attempts. But the Spurs made in-game adjustments as they defended the Knicks well throughout this one. And as the game hung in the balance, as they went back and forth like a heavyweight title fight this was, the Knicks managed to come out on top. And shout out to Mr. Swiss Army Knife, Josh Hart, who did incredible things on the boards. Managed to crash the glass and ended up with a prolific 15 rebounds. And he managed to throw in 6 assists, 4 steals, a block, and 3 points. And although he didn't score the ball well in this one, his impact was felt throughout the game by impacting other statistical categories in the box score, which is why I appropriately dub him the Swiss Army Knife. As we look at the Knicks, who managed to keep the turnovers down in this one, which was key, because neither of any of the Knicks players shot all that well today in this one. But yet, they managed to escape the clutches of the San Antonio Spurs to go on for their 7th double-digit playoff victory as they continue to set the benchmark and put up historic statistics throughout this run. And as we take a look at the bench, strong performances from Landry Shamet, who chipped in 13 points and made 3 out of 6 attempts from three-point land, where he shot 50% from behind the arc. As the Knicks managed to keep Victor Wembanyama in quasi-check as he finished the game with 26 points and 12 rebounds. But it truly was a slugfest as both teams was giving each other headshots and body blows. But it will be the Knicks who comes out victorious in this one. As the bench, McBride chipped in with 6 points. Robinson gave you 6 boards. And Alvarado, who played solid minutes in Jalen Brunson's early absence, as he was relegated to the locker room after Harrison Barnes fell into his knee. Didn't seem to impact him that much, because he managed to come through in the clutch, Jalen Brunson that is, and finish the game with a strong 30 points as he continues to validate his status as the GOAT of the New York Knicks franchise. As we take a look at the team comparisons, field goal attempts, New York shot 41.5% from the field, and San Antonio finished with 36% from the field, as both teams were shooting fairly even in the first half at around a 30% clip, with the Knicks prevail in that category by the time we reached the end of the fourth quarter, as San Antonio, who took 43 attempts from three-point range, only managed to knock down 11, as the Knicks also finished with 11 3-pointers on 36 attempts, shooting 30.6% from the field. And the free throw disparity. San Antonio shot 25 shots, knocking down 20. Knicks managed to get up 18 shots from the line, knocking down 16 of those, shooting at an 88.9% clip in this one. And the assist category, as the Knicks had the ball popping and hopping around, they finished with 20 team assists to the Spurs 16. Would like to see the Knicks get that number back up to 25 to 30, as they've displayed all throughout this playoff run. Knicks did manage to lose the battle on the boards, as they were out rebounded 54 to 49. And in fast break points, San Antonio edged out New York by 3, managed to get 15 fast break points to the Knicks 12. But the Knicks, with their swarming defense, continue to get into the passing lane, managed to come up with 8 steals, as the defense has been infallible. And as we look at the points off of turnovers, Knicks managed to come back and win that category, outbesting San Antonio 19 to 14. And that'll do it, folks. The Knicks came into this one needing to steal 1 to get home court advantage, and they've done that. They managed to steal 1 in Frostbank Arena, putting the Spurs on their heels as they look to regroup for game 2. But the Knicks have done their job. They managed to get 1, and now they can take this series back to the Garden for game 3, either up 2-0 or with a 1-1 split. As we take a look ahead, we'll have game 2 at 8:30 p.m. on Friday, June 5th. And you can catch it here and hear it live at Knicks on the Call, the #1 place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. And as always, this program is brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. So if you're looking for post-game action, folks, be sure to tune in to KFTV, where you can find Alex Tritoros. CP the franchise will have you covered. It's Knicks Fans TV. As that'll do it for me, folks. I'll see you next time for game 2, 8:30 p.m. Friday, June 5th. And until then, deuces and peace out.